Hello crafters! This is Suzanne from A Creative Muse. I hope you are enjoying the World Cardmaking Day. I'm going to call it weekend now because a lot of the sales are going until Monday actually, which is the 7th. I was supposed to put this video up yesterday, but by the time I did my Steals and Deals video, which I will link here, it was very late. And then I got sucked down into watching everything about this coming hurricane. So this week, if I'm a little bit on and off, it's because I am now in a slight panic mode. It seems to be hitting the whole of Florida, and we just got off of Hurricane Helene. So it's a lot. It's a lot. I'll be doing hurricane preparedness, etc., along with crafting for my sanity and to help me relax with the anxiety. So I am here with my World Cardmaking Day video 1 day later to do a step-by-step tutorial for this fabulous card. I will be teaching you how to do the stitching and also putting together a shaped card like so. So if you've been wondering how to put together a shaped card, it's very easy, but it's so beautiful for the recipient to stand up like this at their desk and with the shape is just something fun. Also, I will be putting timestamps in this video. So if you want to skip the stitching because you aren't interested in stitching, you can just skip over that part and then just go straight to the card making part, where it's the card base, the layering of the cute candy cane, and all of this. Then you can just skip straight to that because you can change this image right here and put anything. Speaking of putting anything, have you seen the new Kit Club? Thumbs up. So my Kit Club video will be tomorrow, Monday. What time? I don't know. I need to put it together. But it's a fabulous Kit Club. Okay, crafters, let's get into this video. Let's get started making the cute snowman from the 12 Days of Stitchmas Advent Calendar Day 1. I will link the whole playlist here too. Let's get started. So in this video, I am going to show you how to do stitching. I'm going to also show you how to stitch with metallic thread, not as easy as floss. So if this is your first time stitching on paper, this is regular DMC floss. This is metallic black DMC floss. There is a big difference between stitching here and here. This one is much easier. It will stay in place. This one unravels very easily. So you're going to see me holding it even tighter. I'm going to link my 12 Days of Stitchmas Advent Calendar Day 1 step-by-step video here. In the Day 1 video, you're going to see me stitch with DMC floss, much easier step-by-step. This video, I'm using the metallic, and I'm also stitching on Spellbinders pop-up glitter foam. First time doing that, but so much fun. So here's the difference between using glitter foam and using white cardstock. Don't you love it? I will include timestamps if you want to skip the stitching part, but I encourage you to give it a try. So much fun. New to it though, again, stay with the floss first. Get the feeling for the stitching, and the time to learn how to stitch is very short. You can learn in a weekend and get the feel. Practice a little bit more, then you go over to here with the metallic thread, because this can make you give up on stitching on paper because it does unravel so easy, and you do have to pull it while you're stitching. It will buckle on you and all that. It's like stitching with, I don't want to say stitching with a fishing line, but it's kind of equivalent to that in a way. So you have to hold the beginning while you're going through, is what I'm trying to say. Wherever you start, it'll start just going by itself and unraveling super easy. This is much more forgiving. So start with floss first, then you come down here. This is a very economical style of crafting. Spellbinders puts their stitching dies on sale all the time. Super sale, that's one. So you can put a bunch in your wish list. 2, the tools you need, which is a needle and some floss and a sharp pair of scissors. You can start stitching on paper under $20 worth of supplies, okay? Which other crafting have we ever started off at $20? Easy crafting, worth giving it a try, worth the investment. I even did some goodies on the inside. I put a foundation layer in here and some die cuts and even stamped it out. So fabulous, fun, top folding card. This is the foundation die I'll be using to make the shaped card. This is Make-A-Wish Arch Labels die, the largest die in there with the beautiful scallop detail at the bottom, and then all these lines, even on the layers coming in and out here, is a full A2 4¼ by 5½ inch. So this is an A2 card. It will fit in an A2 envelope. The companion die set to this, if you want to make different layers, is Spellbinders Essential Arches die. Also, the largest die in here is an A2. This has 16 dies. This one has 7 dies. But I'm only using Make-A-Wish Arch for the outside and even the inside portion of the card. Now, crafters, when I say that you can take away this and still make this shaped card and make it work, I'm going to prove it to you. Here is day 12 from the Advent calendar. Elegant, fun, and playful. Depending on who your recipient is, you can still watch this tutorial, make this shape card. You can also apply a lot of the stitching too. Look how pretty that is. Same metallic thread, different color. This is black metallic thread. This is that DMC Grande dark gold metallic thread. The same principle of layering up with this beautiful die set. If you want to put it on an A2 card base, you could use the layers. Here you're seeing 2 of the layers, fun and playful. You can come back in elegant. This is now incorporating the essential arches. You can also use it with better press and a wax seal stamp. Make-A-Wish Arch is also a great die set to easily convert into a shaped easel card as well. Lots of fun and opportunity. So that's why I wanted to take a deep dive into this one so you guys can see how easy it is to put together. She is worth every single penny. I love this set. If I lose this die set, I will buy a replacement in 2 seconds. Okay, crafters, moving on. So you can really extend your winter projects now by adding that pop-up glitter foam. Fun! So my little snowman is riding along the candy cane. The sentiment is from the stamp set, Jingle All the Way. We open it up, and on the inside I have Shine Bright, Happy Holidays. Crafters, the needles that come in this pack is the size 24. You can also use a size 22 or an 18. The lower the sizes, the thicker the needle is going to be, okay? But this is a 24. Love these gold ones. So pretty. This is in the Stitch Add Along kit. Ah, see? The needle minder is holding while I'm getting out my floss. Here is the palette that I'm working with. The pop-up die cutting glitter foam in white. Spellbinders does sell it as a pack, so I have a whole pack of white that I bought. Really love this stuff. So this is what we're going to cut out the snowman in. I have Poppy Field, Pomegranate, Sage cardstock, Forest cardstock, Snowdrift, and Onyx. Crafters, for the die cutting, I'm using the Lilac Shimmer Platinum Scout machine. She is 9 inches long with a 3½ inch opening, which will work with everything that you see here. So here's my little snowman all laid out in my little packaging. I'm using the universal plate system that comes with the Platinum Scout, platform base A, B, and the cutting plates C. Look at my cutting plates. So love, and look how flat it is. Just have to take a moment to show you that. So fabulous. Love this little die cut machine. Alrighty, let me get the foam. This foam cuts so well with your scissors. You can even make like snow drifts with it. Really, really nice. So I'm going to cut a little section for my guy, like so. See how nice this foam is? And it doesn't spread when you cut it with the pressure from the machine. It somehow bounces back. It's really interesting. So here's my little snowman already with some yellow tape on him. You can have the snowman solid too without the stitch detail. So I'm going to put it here like so. Put him at a little angle and run him through. Okay, crafters, look at that. So everything popped out, and everything else that's in here, just use your tool-in-one and pop these pieces out if needed, okay? And I have one little bit right here. Okay, I'm saving this scrap. I'm going to cut the scarf twice. I like a little bit of height on the scarf. I'm going to use the Poppy Field for that. My plate is so flat that I don't have to tape it down. Thumbs up. Love that. Love that. All right, just roll it on through. And I'm cutting 2 of the same color because I don't want to have a different color underneath and it may peek through. So I'm cutting 2 of the red for the little scarf. See how the little scarf fits? Adorable. Just adorable. And you can flip your plates over too. I cut on both sides. All righty, look here. So pretty. And I need also arms. So let me cut the arms in white. I have a little bit of scrap here. And the nose is in that. If you want to do a carrot nose, but I decided to go with a gem. I thought an orange nose would have just been, I don't know, maybe it would have been cute, but I just decided not to. So you choose where you want to be with it. I think a gem works great. The pearl can be cute too. Why not? It's a snowman. It's subjective. Alrighty. And then she folds up nicely when you are done. So here are my little die cuts. I have the arm. Look how small these pieces are, right? But they're not like super tiny. But now I'm going to bring in my craft stacks because now I can put everything in here. So when I have them in here, I can see everything. Then, crafters, here's a little tip. I like to take the lid of the craft stacks. You'll see the word Spellbinders right here on the top. And I put what I'm working on currently over here and leave this to then go like this, back and forth. That's just my little tip or my little thing if you want to give it a try. So I'm poking out all the little extra pieces. And crafters, I had already pre-cut white cardstock and put a strip of yellow tape. So I like to keep my yellow tape on a little dispenser. This is the 1/4 inch yellow tape. There's also the 5/8 inch and a 1.5. I have every size because yellow tape is just fabulous. But for something like this, that smaller size works. I already cut out the eyes in black cardstock. You see how the craft stacks is just holding everything? Nothing is going anywhere. I'm going to use the pickup tool and just pop it in. Pop it in because it's sticking onto that yellow tape, okay? Then I'm going to glue the foam on top of the base here. So this is going to be like nice and solid like. Use Barely Art glue to glue it together. Now what you want to do when you're applying glue, apply it in here and in these spots, but not anywhere near where you're going to be stitching. You want to save that part. Let me do it on this one. And then the face. There we go. So it'll look something like this. And then I'm going to put my little guy on top and line it up. See how you can still see the holes and you can see the eye? And just let it sit there for a moment. And look how it's lining up nicely. Love that. So fun. Cute. Still have time to shift it if needed. If a little glue gets on the inside, I can always use my tool-in-one just to clean that up if it moves. I'm playing with it too much. Also gluing the scarf together. I also cut the hat here, both pieces together in black. You could also use blue if you wish. And I have double of this as well. If you're new to stitching, double up the cardstock. That would be the black onyx cardstock. I have the sentiment already stamped and heat embossed. This element right here is if you want to turn it into an ornament. So you'd stick it on the back, down the center here. So then you would have it as an ornament if you wish. Isn't that fun? So I put 12 days of Stitchmas, day 1, Snowman. Yay! Here's my little needle minder. You see I'm still using the craft stacks. The metallic thread is 1 strand. On my example here, I'm doubling up my strand. Crafters, before I start stitching with the black metallic, it's always nice to have a pair of readers. I'm going to put my readers on just so you can see everything and thread your needle. This is standard floss. There's going to be 6 strands in here. You'll separate it. You can use 2 strands. You can double the 2 strands, turn it into 4. You can use 3 strands, but try not to use the whole thing like this, 6. It's going to be too thick, okay? I'm going to double it by folding it in half on the needle, okay? Let me go like this. Let me not go too long. I'm going to use the detail scissors to cut my little floss. I'm using black metallic floss for the contrast, okay? Going to thread it through here. Now you see why I need my readers. Hold on. Can't see a thing. Crafters, I'm going to go one size down into a 22, which is a thicker needle, because I can't see. It's easier for me to see and work with. So these have a low price point if you wanted to test all the needles, and you'll pull it all the way out where you have the 2 strands. Okay, let's start stitching. So with the metallic, you're going to have to pull it a little bit taut. So I go from the back. See how nice and thick this is? So for a new stitcher, start off with your cardstock being double layer. Pull it through. I leave a little bit here to tie, and then I use my left finger to hold it down while I pull it, but a little bit taut. I like to go taut with the stitching. And you can always, if you make a mistake, you can always start over again. You can just go back in and come back out if you make a mistake, okay? Look how fun this is. See how I'm using my thumb to hold it? Because the regular floss is easier to stitch with, but I'm just showing you metallic because maybe you're interested in metallic too. This is how I do metallic. Don't leave something like that. I pull it. So you see what I'm doing? I'm holding it taut over here in the back and pulling it here. And look how the foam is just working so well. This is the first time with the foam. I'm loving this. Think it's perfect for all these holidays. Sometimes I'll just hold it like this and then keep on going. It's my left hand. So if you're left-handed, then you would use your right hand holding it down and stitching with the left. Just flip that. I don't like to have it buckling like so. I like to have it nice and taut. It gives a nice clean look. And if you poke yourself with this, it doesn't hurt because it has a blunt tip. Yay! So you don't have to be scared of stitching. Okay, crafters, I want to stop for a second. See that little mistake right there? So if you make a mistake, just come back in. I think my thread crossed each other. And come back out, and then you can fix it. So I'll come back in again. And I'm still holding it taut. Okay, crafters, I'm here on the last stitch, like so, still holding it firm. I have these layers, pull it like this. See how nice and tight it is? And then I come around to the back. Now I take this, cross my finger like so, like you're tying a little bow. And then I'm going to thread this through right there, okay? And pull it again. Now underneath here, you can do anything. You can fake it as much as you want. See a little tie? And then I'm going to knot it one more time. And I put it right here. Don't worry about the needle. You won't poke yourself. At least I haven't poked myself tying it. And then there I go. Now I have a little loose spot here. That's where tape comes in handy. And I'm going to leave a nice bit here. And I'm going to tape the whole thing down. Crafters, I'm going to go with thicker yellow tape here for this. So I'm going to hold this down, pull it taut. There. And there's my little snowman. Now look at all this. We're going to cut off all the crazy. Very forgiving. Take your scissors. I like to come in like so, and that's it. All right. Fun. Look how pretty that is. Yay. Okay, so there's my little snowman. Now I have to stitch the hat. I'm going to do this in red floss. So now you take the needle, take this out. I'm going to put it on the needle miter here so I don't lose it. So it's like a reminder of where your needle is. Crafters, you want to separate out your strands. I'm going to use 3 strands for the hat. So the hat will be a little bit thicker than here, but it's okay. Play, have fun. If it doesn't work, you can always cut off the floss before you seal it and start over again on the same die cut piece. Yay! Okay, crafters, I did wet it. To get it to go through, okay? Hopefully this is long enough. I'm not sure if this is long enough. You can always tie it and start another set anyway. Same principle again. I like to start from that center, but you don't have to start at the center. You can start wherever you want. And I'll go ahead and stitch this through. Now, see, I just made a mistake. So let's say this happens to you. You can fish it out, or I see that I went around here, pull it back out like so, and go back again. It's very forgiving, very easy. The time to learn how to stitch is very short. And this hobby right here, stitching on paper, is not an expensive hobby either. The supplies, it's not a lot. So this is fabulous, and it's very relaxing. You can prep these, make a lot of these ornaments between now and December. You are good to go. All right, I'm going to keep on going. Okay, crafters, here's the last one. Pull it taut again. And come on through. Pull everything nice and taut. See how clean it looks? It just takes practice to get that feel, but it won't take you long to get there. And I'm going to hold this end, not like so. Pull this through again. Pull it tight, like so. You won't see what's happening in the back, okay? See, I just poked myself and nothing happened. Thank goodness. And there we go. So I tied it nice and tight there with this one, okay? And then you can still put a piece of tape on it if you wish, but I don't necessarily have to have it. It's pretty tight on this one. You can also use clear double-sided tape if you're worried about the yellow peeking through. So I'm going to use clear double-sided tape here. And I'm going to cut off the little tails right here. Done. So I have 3 strands here. When you use a floss too, it does have a softer look than with the metallic thread. But I like both together, and then it's going to be like this. Now, because this has height, I'm going to put some 1mm foam at the top of this. I'm using the Spellbinders Foam Square Mix 1mm height. I think this one can work. Stick on some foam, and you won't see the foam. Funny enough, you don't see it. There we go. So I'm leaving a little bit of space so he can fit on his head still and be flush. This is my first time really using these detail scissors. Normally, I'm always using the big one. Alrighty, and there we go. And now I can flip it over and stick it on my little snowman like so. Snowman done. Yay! I can also put this now too if I wish. So let me go ahead and glue this on. And the glitter does work with the Barely Art glue. Just put enough on and let it hold, you know, let it settle for a little bit. Okay, crafters, at this point, I can also put on the arms. The arms I'm going to put facing like so. I'm going to stick them here. I changed out to the double-sided tape for this one too, the clear. You're going to put a dab of glue here. You can use tweezers too. I'm here. I don't have all my supplies with me, obviously. There we go. See the little arm? And I like to stick it here in the open spot where it's not touching the metallic. I can just have it on cardstock, like that. Okay, there's my little snowman. Let him set and, you know, do his thing for a second. Alrighty, now crafters, we're going to go into doing the background on this card. The supplies I'm using for this card. For the foundation, I'm using Make-A-Wish arch labels. The largest die in here is a full A2, 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch. That's the base in forest cardstock. In sage cardstock, I'm using the second layer. Look at this great detail. Love this set. Just so love it. So we're going to make a shaped card. Yay! This is a fun die set. It's called Candy Canes and Holly Dies. And I thought this long candy cane would be perfect to have my snowman riding along. So I'm using this one here. The one that curves to the left will curve to the right when you die cut it out. So it's this one I'm going to cut, okay? And then the sprinkled confetti press plate. Can I say love? I did glimmer it with opaque white hot foil roll. That one. So it glimmers like a dream. Look at that. Do the 1 cycle with the timer. Leave it on for a little longer. It'll be perfect. For the little bits you see here, I'm using, this is an older set, but still fabulous. Parcel and Post Christmas decorations. This is a gorgeous set. I'm using the pine, the leaf and berries, the holly leaves, and the bow, plus the center. The center you're seeing here, and then the little small ones are for the berries. On the inside, that's where the bow is, because I just couldn't resist using this bow. So pretty. So the bow inspired me making the card go on the inside. Love that. All right, so let's die cut this base layer. Crafters, this is the large craft stacks tray. Here are all my pieces. So I have this top piece, which I glimmered, and the 2 pieces of forest cardstock for that base. So you're going to cut this one twice. Here are the 2 pieces from that die set that I'm going to be using. Crafters, this is the Lilac Shimmer Platinum 6 die cut machine. She's the bigger sizing to the Lilac Shimmer Platinum Scout. Here are my plates. I'm using new plates, crafters, because I don't want to show you. The plates that I really use, you don't want to see them. They look really used, but well loved, but still not so pretty on camera. So platform base A, B, and cutting plate C. Notice it's clear. That's the one that's going to be having all the use over time. And then I'm using the lilac plate that comes with this machine, but you can also get this separately too if you wish. And this is the one that stays clear. So I like to have this one in color. So when the option is there, oh yeah, why not? So I turn the machine sideways so you can get a better view. This one, I'm going to come in real close because for some reason I was glimmering it really tight. You can do the whole thing. You don't have to do like what I did. I kind of went, I don't know what I was thinking. I was glimmering it based on this die, which wasn't smart. I'm going to put a piece of tape now because I'm so close to everything, okay? And notice I'm keeping the snowflakes small on the top, large on the bottom. You could flip it if you wish, like so. Depends on what you want to do. But this is a great better press plate. So much fun with it too. Crafters, I really don't know what I was thinking. Probably wasn't thinking. Because that press plate is really 4.5 inch by 5 3/4. You know what it was? I was being cheap with my Sage cardstock. When it comes to Spellbinders cardstock, I kind of get like, see how I don't use big pieces? I know. I love it that much that I sit there and I kind of hoard it. Okay, I'm going to stand up for this. So I'm going to put it at an angle. It's easier to cut like this instead of like this. More pressure on the die and the machine. So if your dies are curling, take off the pressure and tilt it if you can. Sometimes the die is just going to be big enough. It's just going to be straight on. And there we go. See how smooth she goes? Because I came in at that angle. Notice you didn't hear the big crack? My voice changed because I was standing up. So now I'm sitting back down and then I'm going to pop this out. Look how pretty she is. Love, 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 love. All right. You see how it starts to cut into the plate? Now, at this point, when you're using a brand new plate, flip it. You can flip and rotate too, but I don't do the rotating, but yeah, you can flip it. So normally I don't tape it down, but for some reason I was really conserving on my forest cardstock and my Sage cardstock because I have so many Christmas projects. I don't want to run out of cardstock, crafters. Notice that I'm taping on the outside. If I tape on the inside, it might rip the cardstock, so I want it to stay clean. Don't cut like this. Turn the angle. That's the biggest tip for you, just to keep that in mind. And then here I'm going to flip the plate, stand up again. See how you didn't hear tons of cracking? And my die is still relatively flat. When it curves, it's because of all this open space and it's thin. So this is natural for the die. I'll straighten it out when I finish die cutting. But look how fabulous this is. Look how pretty that is in the forest. Love, 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 love. Can I say how much I love it? Flipping it again, crafters. And I'm going to go like so. Oh, I really went tight on this. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing, because I know some of you really love to see die cutting in action, especially if you're new to crafting. So here you're getting a little tip on it. All right, I'm going to pop this here. I don't have space down here. All righty, crafters. I'm going to go this side instead. Okay, crafters, I am done with my beautiful Lilac Shimmer Platinum 6 machine. So here are my 3 pieces. I can clean up the edges if needed. I like to just run my finger on the edge. Try not to get a paper cut. I use the nail to kind of clean it up if I need to. Get rid of all the paper fibers. Let's talk about this for a second because I had a question posed to me once about this. So here is the die. She does have a little bit of a bend. Gently. Gently. See how I'm just flexing it back? Straightening her back out. That's it. Don't bend it too hard. Just a gentle tug like so. And then I'll stick her back like this, okay? And the other one is here. This one didn't bend so much. Gentle again. And flat. See? Fabulous. Now I'm going to score one of these to put on the back. I'm using the Spellbinders 12-inch trimmer. I'm going to use the scoring tool, which is this one. That's the cutting blade. Push it up. And I'm going to go about, see how I'm here now at 1/2 inch? I love that it has a measurement over here because now I can really see what I'm doing. I'm going to not go all the way like so because I still have to fit that inside piece. So I'm going to bring it down to about here, 3/8 of an inch, roughly there. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit of a score. Notice I'm pushing it all the way up here to keep it straight and score. And that's it, crafters, right there. Now, when you have this, you don't want to manipulate this too much because you want the card, when it is open, to be like so. If you keep playing with it, the card is just going to lay flat when it's standing up. So just leave it like this so the recipient, they can do the wear and tear. Before I go further into it, I'm going to do that inside layer. Crafters, here's the inside layer already stamped out with the sentiments from the wonderful stamp set. I use my Misty stamping tool to stamp out Shine Bright, Happy Holidays. Here's the bow, and then 2 of those pine leaves and the little cluster of berries all here ready to go. Because I'm going to do this inside before I close this up. A little dab of glue, crafters, and adhere the bow. Look how pretty that bow is. Love the bow. Just center it as best as you want. There we go. And then in the corner down here, I had the pine. This is too big, so we're going to clip it down about halfway. And this is that same forest cardstock. It's going to be like this. They're going to intersect, and then that will cover up where they intersect, okay? A line of glue down the center. Stick it on. You can have it hanging over a little bit because it's going to be showing on this base, okay? And then another line here. There we go. Crafters, now I'm going to cover up this intersecting point with this berry. I'm using the Spellbinders tweezer, just like so. And let it set. Then I'm going to put double-sided tape on the back. You can use glue, but I'm using double-sided tape. Here in Florida, it's super hot. So when I put this on with wet glue, it's going to start curving my base. I'd rather keep it nice and pristine by putting double-sided tape on it. Okay, crafters, here I put some double-sided tape. I'm going to remove the tape backing. I removed the tape backing before I adhere it onto this base. If you want the card to be flat when it's closed, skip this part then, because this gives the card height. So this doesn't create height. This does. If you don't want any height, then skip this part. You can just leave this and it's still going to work out fine. I'm going to stand up now to center it, okay? I'm going to go below that score line and center it. It doesn't matter if it comes down here, but you just don't want it too high here. And center it over from the left to the right, about there, I would say. Is it centered? Hold on. Not centered. Hold on. See, I didn't stick it down all the way. I'm using my fingers to hold it in place. Of course, when I'm on camera, it doesn't want to center. Okay, there it is. That looks pretty centered to me. Now I'm going to stick it down. Now I'm going to take some glue and go right here and put this on top like a nice sandwich. But it's easier to work with it with this done already than to do the reverse. Have it glued and then open it and work on the inside. It's going to be a lot. Okay, crafters, let me glue this down. I'm going to stick the top onto this. Try not to move it around too much because you don't want it seeping to the bottom, coming into where they're going to see it, is what I mean. You see how it has a little bit of height? But that doesn't bother me. It's not much height. So I'm going to leave it like so. In the meantime, I'm going to put some tape on this one, okay? And then we're going to start building the scene. I applied double-sided tape. I removed the tape backing. Now I'm going to adhere it on the top. So the inside of the card is here. So I'm going to put it right here on the top, and I'm going to center it as best as I can. I'm going to stand up again. So you notice, crafters, I forgot to mention that this is a smaller sizing. So I'm using this one here for that smaller sizing for the white cardstock on the inside. So it doesn't go so high because this is going right up into that score line. Okay, now I have my card base done. Here I have my little candy cane assembled. So super cute. I'm going to have it like so. I'm going to cut this little section off right here on the end. Little snip. And I did pop this up a little bit. I'm going to take some little bits of 1mm foam. I'm going to go like so. So it has a low rise. Spellbinders has both 1mm and 2mm. 2mm is your standard foam size. 1mm is like super low. It offers just a little bit of height, which I really like. You could also pop this up too if you wish. And there are little foam squares in that 1mm, but it's kind of too big for this. So now I have all my bits. I'm going to remove the tape backing. Now I'm going to adhere it about here. Not so low, but you could do that. I'm going to put it about here. Nice and straight coming out this way. Let me go ahead and put on Mr. Snowman. So you see how this helps to balance it out with the height? Crafters, I'm looking at my height differential. I'm going to put another 1mm on top. So I'm going to turn it into 2 now. So I put another 1mm foam here just to level it out. It wasn't as leveled as I like. That now covers that height. Okay, and I took off all the double-sided tape. You can use wet glue too, but I'm so used to using double-sided tape. The hands I didn't bother to put any glue on. It'll be fine there. And I'm going to come over to the side like so. There we go. There's the hat. Straighten out my hat. Nope, not straighten out my hat. My hat's all lean. Now at this point, you can put a gem here. You can also put a gem here. For this nose, because this is glitter, I'm going to put the cardstock here and then put the gem on the top. I'm going to put a little dot right there. And I'm going to pick up this little piece and put it here and let it just marinate a little bit. You can stay like this. I don't mind it, but I like the gem. Now I'm going to go here. See how I'm using my craft stacks? I have my little holly leaves ready to go. Crafters, now I'm coming in with the 2mm foam, just a little bit higher profile. There. Put a little glue and adhere it here in that corner. We're going to cover up this little hard area right here. Okay. And then this will be like so. Pop a little glue here so it'll stick onto that base. Just like that. I have another cluster here. So I'm going to stick my cluster right there on the top. Let that dry for a second. So now here's a little snowman riding on his candy cane. So cute. Now I'm going to put the sentiment, and I love to have the sentiment here. But before I put the sentiment on, I have black cardstock stamped out and heat embossed with white embossing powder. My options were Jingle All the Way and Merry Christmas, just to fit here. I thought those two were fun. What I did also was cut a second sheet of black cardstock and I reinforced the back just to make it more sturdy. But I am still going to put foam on it because the height, it's laying flat. This is kind of high, so I'm going to put some foam on it just to give it just a little height, not a lot of height. What I want to do though now is put in these sprigs, and I did clip this little sprig and I did put the berries on it and one of this. So I have it all pre-cut already. This does not have a coordinating die. I use my scissors and just cut around it, and the scissors I use is actually this big one. She just glides along and goes around the curves all nicely. All right, so I'm going to do like this. I'm going to stick it here on the back, okay? I think it needed a little something. So like so, a little wet glue. Now my glue is operating nice again. I don't know what is going on with her. She's a little bit finicky. I don't use her often. Maybe she's upset with me. I use a bigger bottle. Anyway. So I'm putting the glue here and sticking it to the back and top of the sentiment like so, okay? That sounds crazy, right? The glue is upset with me, but I think she is. She's been finicky and like this. But this is fantastic glue. So don't let my little sticking here turn you off from Barely Art glue. It is worth every penny. As a matter of fact, I like the 4-inch bottle. I got the 4-inch. I got the 4-ounce bottle. That's the 2-ounce. This is the first bottle I got, 2-ounce, but I went to the bigger 4-ounce. Not heavy. I thought it was going to be heavy, but it's not a heavy bottle, and it does last quite a long time. Here we go. See? Let it just cure there for a second. I'm going to stick foam on part of this tooth right here along the bottom and stick a bit across the foliage. Oh, you know what I forgot to do, crafters? I forgot to do the blending. Oh, I can't do that now. It's okay. I was supposed to blend the sides with some sage ink. Oh my goodness, how did I forget this? Crafters, I'm supposed to use this and just ink the sides. So you can ink the sides with any spruce ink, okay? Oh my goodness, and I'm using spruce dye ink from my stash. I got distracted, crafters. There is so much traffic out here in front of me. I'm like, every minute I have to stop because cars are passing that are like crazy loud. It's cars, motorcycles. I don't know what's happening today. It's a busy day. This looks pretty straight. Yay. And I didn't put any glue here. You can if you wish. So if I want to, lift it up a little bit, run a line, stick it down. It'll stay. Gently lift it up. Don't lift it up like bending it, but just gently lift it and run a line. And it'll stay down if you wish. Okay? Just a little line like so. There's always a fix. Here are both cards. Now I'm going to put the gem. This is the new set of gems of Spellbinders Graphite. Love. Which gem did I use? The largest one. You can pick any color you wish and just hold them because of the clear. You can see, do I want to go smaller or bigger? I'm going to go with the bigger one. Use your tool in one like so, the little craft pick it up and place. Okay, crafters, there we go. Yay, look at that. Love. The recipient will see Jingle All the Way with the snowman in glitter foam. So now you can stitch on glitter foam. Love. They'll flip it up and they'll see the sentiment on the inside, and they can also stand it at their desk. Yay! Let me show you my second example that I made as well. Features 3 products. This is Glacier cardstock and Indigo cardstock. Let me show you the difference between the two. Cardstock, white glitter foam. Both of them are fun. I still did put a gem in the center. This is silver mixed gems and opal gems here. Okay? You could also use this same colorway with this style too. Yay! And put in the candy cane if you wish, or continue with a different die. This is a A2 card. So for the Glacier cardstock, I embossed with the Hexy Snowflake. This is a 2D embossing folder of the month from July of this year. Very pretty embossing folder. Oversized, 5.5 by 8.5 inch tall. Look at that. So pretty with the Glacier. Then I came in with not modern ovals if you're looking at it, going, oh, that's modern ovals. No. This is stylish ovals. Use some of the smaller sizes in here. The stylish oval had a nice rounded look to go along with the snowman. So you could use modern ovals, but I think the stylish one works very well. And then splatter white on the second layer. So there's one layer of solid indigo cardstock and a second layer of indigo cardstock. So it's like one and then the other cut out in the same cardstock and used with splatter white for snow. The sentiment is also from the stamp set. Let's get cozy. White cardstock with black pigment ink, cut again with my scissors, popped up a few times with some foam. This is also popped up off of here, and this is popped up off of here, but the height is like 1 millimeter. This is about 3. This is about 3 as well. Okay, and finished off with all these gems. This is the hat without stitching too. So in summary, crafters, I have 2 cards featuring the Day 1 Snowman. Here we made this set together with the glitter foam. Give this a try. Absolutely worth it. Give that metallic thread a try. And this is with blue floss, and the hat I kept solid. So you just don't put this piece in when you're going to die cut it and it will look like that. But I like the clean look of it together. So this is a more clean card. This is a more fun, playful, because he's riding on a candy cane. Thanks so much for watching and hanging in there. I hope you enjoy your World Card Making Day. And if you are curious about this one, give it a try with the shaped card, because Make-A-Wish Arch is absolutely worth the investment. I love this die set. I just wanted to show you how to put something like this together and even try that more detailed stitching on foam with metallic thread. Happy crafting, crafters. Everything will be detailed and linked below. Until the next video, stay crafty, my friends. Bye.